Got it. Boring. Very nice. Very nice. I hope nobody's feeling bored here. Boring. All right. What about this one? Confident. Can we come up with a word for confident? It's a tricky one. Trust. Trust. Very good. Very good. Trust. When you confide in somebody, you trust in somebody. They have confidence. You trust each other. So, trust. All right. We only have a few more left. So, March. Now, March is the month that we are in. Or soldiers go on marches. So, a different word for March. What am I doing? What am I doing now? Walking, yeah. So marching and walking. All right. This word, effort. Effort. Effort is when you really, oh, I'm not going to say it, but effort is when you put a lot of your energy into something. Yeah? So I put a lot of effort into these lessons. I put effort into writing on the board. I'm going to come up with a different word, with a synonym. Anybody wants to try? I just said it. Energy. You're on the right track. So, for effort, maybe something like try. Yeah, to try. Right, I can try to taste this. Okay, here. Chili. When it's chilly, it's cold. Awesome, guys. Not today, though. Alright, what have we got here? Ooh, I like this one. Scorching. Scorching. That's an interesting one. Scorching. What does that even mean? Scorching when it's so hot in here. Please turn on the AC. Warm. Warm, hot. So scorching would be very hot. Yeah, no, just hot is fine. Scorching and hot. So there's some vocabulary that you guys can use on day-to-day. All right, here we have some other words. King. King. With the crown. A different word for a king. So here we have in the UK, there's a king right now. And he's a part of a royal family, and everybody inside of that royal family, they're called monarchs. Monarch, yeah, monarchs. So the king is the UK's monarch. All right, here, battle.
Fight.
Awesome, fight. Next one, look, going up 4 more. Here. Win. When you win the race, there are the Olympics happening now. One, they get gold medals. Different word for win. No? When you win a medal, when you win a prize. So, this word is a little bit trickier, it depends on the context, but we could say something like conquer. Conquer, that means defeating somebody, you conquer them. All right, two more. Here we go. Strong. That should be easy. Strong. Very strong. Nobody. Power. Yes, almost. Power. Because power is something I have. But if I tell you that you're strong, I don't say that you are power. You are something else. You are powerful. Powerful. All right, and last one. Easy one. Cow. Different word for cow. Yeah. Get milk from it. So when you go to the supermarket, and there's a section where they sell beef. There's an interesting story why it's different. Why these two words are different. Why is it that we say cow? Why is it that the food is beef, but the animal is cow? Or it's similar in different animals. Basically, all animals in the English language have two names. One for the food, and one for the animal. So there's sheep. The meat for sheep is mutton. What else? Pig. The meat of the pig is pork. You see, these words are different. Why is that? I'm going to tell you why that is. So, don't worry. This will stay here. You're going to use it later. But we're going to have a little history lesson, guys. Yeah? Today we're going to talk a little bit about English history. So, is anybody familiar with English history? Not really? Okay. So, now, I want you guys to listen. I will tell you a story. It's a real story. These things happened. Yeah? It's about the conquest of England. This is where we are, in London. Yeah? And I'm going to tell you a little story about how we got here, basically. Yeah? So, the history of the UK, it doesn't start here. It starts here, in Normandy, in France. So, around the year 900, somewhere here in Scandinavia. You guys heard of the Vikings, right? We know Vikings, the guys with the horned helmets, with the swords, fighting all over Europe. So the Vikings came down to Normandy. And the King of France, at the time, he gave these Vikings their own land. This is Normandy. You can go visit Normandy today. Across the English Channel, you arrive in Normandy. So the French king at the time, he gave these Vikings land to kind of settle them down. The Vikings were very violent. They would always fight, steal, pillage, and they were quite a nuisance. They were a bit annoying for the king. So he said, okay guys, listen up. I'm going to give you guys land. You can call it your own, but please leave me here. So they did. They moved there. They started to call themselves Normans. They married French women. They started to speak the French language. And they started to adopt Christianity, which was the religion of France. That is around the year 900. Now, we go to the year 1066. This is the year that we're talking about. So, during this time, there was a king of England here in London. His name was Edward the Confessor. Edward the Confessor died. He died, and he had no children. He had no children. He didn't have a son, he didn't have a daughter, he didn't have anybody to take the throne from him. So suddenly, there was no king on the English throne. So everybody really wanted to be king, you know? So at the same time, there was a guy here. Duke of Normandy. That was his name. Yeah. So he was the king of this area. Now he was told by the king, William the Confessor, that he would inherit the throne after him. But that didn't happen. Yeah? Right when William died, another king took his place, and his name was Harold Godwinson. So Harold took control of the English crown and proclaimed himself king. But people didn't really believe him. William didn't believe him. Then there was Harold Hardrada, who was in Norway. He also didn't believe him or trust him. So, what happened? Harold Hardrada sailed from Norway and started to attack England. The king, Harold Godwinson, who wasn't the real king, marched up his army to face him. They fought. Harold won. The Norse went back. At the same time, William the Conqueror, that's what we call him, William the Conqueror, sailed across the English Channel to a little town today we call Hastings. He built a castle there, and he got ready for a fight. While Harold's army was up here, they needed to march all the way down to Hastings to fight William. So, there was a big battle here. We call it the Battle of Hastings in the year 1066. Harold Godwinson died. They say he got shot in the eye, so gone. And William the Conqueror, the man who came from Normandy, became king. Put the crown in his head. So, after he became king, he became known as the Conqueror. He conquered England. Then he started to build castles all over the UK, everywhere, building castles. At the time, people in England, they didn't talk English. They talked Anglo-Saxon. Very different from English. Nobody talks it anymore. What happened when the French came here? William replaced English with French. So what happened was the nobility, the monarchs, remember monarchs, spoke French, but everybody else spoke English. Now if you remember that difference between beef and cow, pork and pig, mutton and lamb, why is it different? Cow is the Anglo-Saxon name for the animal, because the poor people, the peasants, they would take care of the animals. They wouldn't eat them. But the French aristocrats, the monarchs, the nobility, they spoke French, and they had a lot of money, and they could eat all the meat they could. So, they used the French word for cow, which is boeuf, or beef. So basically, William the Conqueror sailed across the English Channel, defeated Harold Godwinson at the Battle of Hastings, and over the years, French and English, French and Anglo-Saxon joined together, and we get the English we have today. So, that was the little story. Remember it, because you will need it for later, yeah? Very nice. So, alright, so, I have a few questions for you to make sure that you were listening. Are you ready? Let's give it a go. So, who was William? Yeah, he was the Duke of Normandy. So, who was William, the Duke of Normandy? Alright. And where is he from? From Normandy. Very well. Now, did he win or did he lose? So when he came here and he fought the Battle of Hastings, did he win or did he lose? He lost?
No, Simon. England, ESOL, right?
Yeah. But then he came up here.
Oh, yeah, she come back here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then there was a battle, right? There was a battle.
The fight.
Yeah. So did he win or did he lose? He won. All right. And I'm not sure, I said it a few times, but William, his real name was William the Duke of Normandy. But if you look him up today, he's called by a different name. We call him William the Conqueror. Yeah? Conqueror, because he conquered England. He won. He won the battle. So, if you guys remember, where was that battle fought? That little town that I mentioned a few times? Not London. London is here, and the battle is here. Hey, Hastings. Very nice. So, Battle of Hastings. Very nice. So guys, remember this story because we're going to use it later. Yeah? Alright. Now, I want to move on to something a little different. We're going to do a recap of comparatives. Yeah? So, if you guys remember what comparatives are, can anybody tell me what comparatives are? Comparatives. We had a lesson on them a few weeks ago. I think some of you were here. So comparatives is words that we use to compare two different things. Yeah. So comparatives are adjectives. Adjectives help describe the noun. So we can go over this again really quickly. We have nouns and adjectives. So, a noun is a place, a thing, or action, yeah? So, king. King is a noun. Can I get one more noun? Again? Yeah, king. And another noun. I'm looking for a different word. Not a synonym. Not a synonym. Yeah, a different noun. So a noun is a place or a thing. Water bottle, noun. Phone, noun. Table, noun. Chair, noun. So, let's give me two more nouns. Could be anything. Video. William. William, that's a name. That is a noun. Queen, that's right. Also nouns. All right. Now, adjectives are words that describe these nouns. So, what can we say about a king? What is a king? Is he poor? He doesn't have a lot of money? Is a king poor? Rich. Yeah, rich king. What about William? How could we describe William? Maybe he was tall, maybe he was short. Handsome as well. Alright. And queen. Something to describe the queen. Powerful, beautiful, elegant. Very good, very good. I like that. Okay, so elegant queen, Paul Williams, rich king. So these are adjectives. They're words that describe a noun. So, if you guys remember, the last time we did comparatives, there are two forms we use in comparatives. There is this form. Yeah, there's this form, and then there's the longer form. Now, I want us to come up with a few sentences together. And I'm going to give you a little hint. We're going to use the nouns William was. So, remember, William was the conqueror, and the other king was Harold. So, was William stronger or weaker than Harold? Stronger than Harold. So you see, William was, my adjective is strong. My adjective is strong. Now I added the ER. Stronger. Stronger than Harold. Alright, William was stronger than Harold. What about Harold? Now I want to compare these two. You see how I'm comparing them? William was stronger than Harold. I'm comparing two people. What about Harold? We can talk about Harold a little bit. What was Harold up to? Was Harold...
Harold is a handsome boy.
It's a handsome name, that's for sure. Okay, so if William was stronger than Harold, Harold is not going to be stronger, right? He's going to be the opposite of strong. You're strong or you're... I heard it. Sure. I'm not really sure if he was, but sure. Harold was... So my adjective is short. Now I added the ER. Shorter. Shorter than William. Okay, this is one form, and this is the other form. So, we're going to use the same sentences. William Now, be careful here. We cannot say that William was stronger than Harold anymore because we're using this different form. Yeah? So you see, this form starts with more. So we have to say, William was more what? Sure, William was more handsome. Handsome than Harold. Yeah? Alright, let's get Harold. Harold was. What comes after was? After was. Yeah, look at this form. What does it start with? More. Careful. More strong. Because if you wanted to use stronger, we would use this form. William was stronger. Or we can say William was more strong. It's the same thing, we just use it in different contexts. So let's say William was more strong, yeah, than, I'm talking about Harold. William, sure. All right, very nice. I think we're warmed up. So, now, I'm going to write five words on the board, and I want you guys to write down or memorize some sentences the same way like we did just now. William was stronger than, William was more handsome than. So, don't worry, I'll keep these things on the board. Well, more. Okay, so we already did William was. So your words are the Norman army then the battle then the Normans and let's do William again. Okay, so I'll give you guys 7 minutes, and I want you guys, just like we did together, use these words and come up with comparatives, just like we did together. So remember we did William. William was stronger than the other guy. William was more strong than. So you see, these two different forms. So we already did William. Now, you guys, write or remember these. So the first one is the Norman army. So the Norman army, was it stronger? Was it weaker? Was it bigger? Was it smaller? Was it better equipped? Less equipped? Was it... You can come up with anything, yeah? So, let's give it 7 minutes, and you guys have these 4. You know, we already did William. So we have the Norman army, the battle, and the Normans. So, get talking with your partners, get talking with people at your table, and try to come up with some sentences, yeah? Let's give it 7 minutes, and then we're gonna talk about it, yeah? Cool. So, how's it going? So what was the Norman army? Was it bigger? Was it smaller? You can come up with that, yeah? Come up, use your own adjectives and write it down. How's it going here? All good? So, soldier? Strong, yeah. Yeah, powerful. Powerful. So yeah, that's perfect. You can use that. So the Norman army was more powerful. Awesome. Very good. How's it going here? Okay. So yeah. So like we did the so we talked about William. So William was stronger, you can come up with your own adjective. Yeah. How's it going? Lily was stronger or more strong than, so I want you guys to do the same thing. But instead of Lily, the Norman army. Stronger, younger, weaker. You can use anything. You can do anything that you want. Yeah. So you use strong, that is the adjective. And then you add hard. So you say strong, stronger. Young, younger. Strong, stronger. Yeah. Young, younger, and youngest. Yeah. Tall, taller. Very nice. Yeah. So this is a normal one. Was it? Were there more people? Were there less people? Did it have bears? Did it have horses? Come on, I just let me know. You know, and probably older than everybody here. History. Yeah. Awesome. Very good. Yeah, you're more older than me. More older than me. Older. Yeah. So awesome. Now we have more to go for the Norman army. Now try the battle. So the battle, what was it? Was it bloody? It was hard. It was violent. Adjectives to describe it. Yeah. And then we come together. 3 more minutes, and then we talk about it. So, if you guys already have a sentence for the Norman army, you can move on to the battle. So just like we did, I heard some great ones. So the Norman army is older than most of us here, yeah? Because it happened in 1066, that's almost 1,000 years ago. So, the Norman army is older, the Norman army, maybe it was bigger than the English army. So yeah, these are good. So now, move on to these two, the battle and the Normans. So what was the battle? Was it hard, violent? Come up with your own adjectives. And 2 more minutes, and we talk. How's it going? Yeah. The battle. This one or this one? This one. The battle. What is a battle? Battle is fight. Yeah. So yeah, the battle was something to describe a battle. Because you don't say a battle is nice, right? A battle is not nice. A battle is heavy, hard. Heavy. Because heavy is this chair is heavy. But hard, you know, something hard to do. Oh, very good. How's it going here? Yeah. So Normans, remember Normans? They were the people that came from Normandy. So the Normans were, that's your adjective. Now we're going to convert it. So power was more powerful. So we could say the Normans were more powerful than the Anglo-Saxons, than the English. Something like that. Very good, guys. All right, and let's see here. How's it going? So, you have some for the battle for Normans. So, adjectives. This form or this form? All right, so I think we had enough time. So I heard some good sentences here. Let's try to write them on the board together. So, the Norman army. We can use this one or this one. Come on, give me something. I heard you guys talk about it.
The Norman army was more stronger than French army.
Yeah, awesome. The Norman army was more strong than, sorry for my writing, than the Anglo-Saxons. All right, awesome. What about here? The battle. Come on.
Army.
The battle. The battle.
The battle was win.
The battle was won. Now, win is a noun. We want adjectives. The battle was, maybe it took a lot of time. It was a long battle.
Longer.
Yeah. The battle was longer than most. Or the battle was, in this case, this battle that we're talking about, Battle of Hastings, it was more important than most. Every kid in the UK, they know about the Battle of Hastings. They get taught. So we can write the battle was more important than most. All right, and the last one, the Normans. Come on, guys. Yeah. The battle was more important than most. So, what about here, the Normans? Come on, some adjectives to describe the Normans and compare them.
Large.
Large?
Yeah, large.
Large? We could say the Normans were larger.
Than UK.
UK? No, larger. We could use that. We could use large as our adjective. And we're going to say the Normans were larger than Anglo-Saxons, yeah? And you know what? They probably were taller because they came from Scandinavia, and they're very tall people in Scandinavia. They're like 2 meters, all of them. Okay, so we're warmed up, very warmed up. Now, I wanted to use these words at the back of the board, but we're gonna do that later. Okay, now. So we talked about synonyms in the beginning, right? Can somebody remind me what a synonym is? Nobody. You guys already forgot what a synonym is. Come on, I told you 20 minutes ago. Okay, so synonyms are words that can have the same meaning, yeah. So what we're gonna play is a little game as well. I'm gonna write down a sentence. So let's start this one, we will do it together, yeah? So my sentence is, William won the battle. All right. So what I want to do, what I want you guys to do, is come up with a sentence that means the same thing but the words are different. So this one we're going to do together. So our sentence is William won the battle, and something that means the same thing. William defeated the enemy. You see, they're different, but the meaning is the same. William won the battle. William defeated the enemy. The words are different, but the meaning is the same. In both of these cases, we know that William won. Yeah? So, I'm going to write down like 3 more sentences, and you guys are going to do these on your own. You know what? I'm going to do one more with you, so we're on the same page. Let's do... The king died without an heir. What is heir? Heir is your child. Yeah, heir is your baby. So, the king died without an heir. How can we say this differently? I already told you. What is an heir? Your heir is your children. So we could say, the king died without children. How can we say that?
Well,
Child.
kid.
Childless. Child. Less. Yeah? Less means less. Don't have a lot of money. Less. You know? The king died without an heir. The king died childless. Same thing. Same thing. So, now you guys are going to do some sentences for me this time. I'm not going to help you. All right, so let's do... Harold was defeated. So start thinking of a sentence that could replace this. Same meaning, different words. And then we can have... It was a bloody battle. So, 2 sentences. I want you guys to come together, get together, talk about it a bit, and come up with sentences that mean the same thing. Yeah? Let's do 2 minutes. So, how could we go about those things? So let's do the first one. Harold was defeated. So first, what does defeat mean? So defeat means when you lose. Yeah? So how can we say that differently? I just told you. So Harold was defeated. What was the different word for defeat? I just said it. You either win or you lose. So you win or you lose. So did Harold win? Yeah. So Harold, he didn't win. Harold lost the battle. So that can be the sentence. That's the sentence for the first one. So how did you do the second one? It was a bloody battle. Yeah. So that means it was hard. It was hard. So
No? Okay. Defeated. So, that's the first sentence. Harold was defeated. And what I want you to do is change the sentence, but for the meaning to remain. So Harold, defeat. That's when you lose, right? When you lose, defeat is lose. So what we could say is, instead of Harold was defeated, is Harold lost the battle. It's the same thing. It means the same thing. Yeah. So Harold was defeated, Harold lost. It's the same. Yeah. So the same thing, for example, it was a bloody battle. So when it's bloody, a lot of blood, it's not nice. So different words. Brutal, hard, long. Instead, it was a bloody battle. It was a very good. It was a violent battle. Yeah. Awesome. Very nice. Very nice.
Okay, guys. So we got a few more minutes. Let's write these on the board. So, do I have some sentences for here? I heard a few good ones. So, instead of Harold was defeated, what could we say? You guys had a good one. Harold, remember when we did it together? Did he win? Or did he lose? Yeah, so instead of Harold was defeated, we can say Harold lost the battle. Okay? They're the same thing. He was defeated, he lost the battle. They look different, it's the same thing. And here, let's do it. It was a bloody battle. I had a good one over there. You want to tell me? So instead of it was a bloody battle, we can have.
Violent.
So instead of it was a bloody battle, we can say it was violent. Violent battle. 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 Cool. Okay, so as a kind of finishing exercise, do you guys remember the story I told you? Yeah? So now I want you guys, we have like 4 more minutes, so talk to the person next to you, and try to tell them, retell the battle in your own words. But you can use these words to help you with it. Yeah? So, try to retell the battle in your own words. What happened? What was the story about? Yeah? So for example, if you guys can talk, and I told you the story already, but I can say, you know what actually happened was William was the Duke of Normandy, he crossed the English Channel, fought at the Battle of Hastings, and he won. I just retold the story. So I want you guys to do the same thing, but in your own words. So, let's do 2 minutes, and we're done. Yeah? So guys, remember the story I told you, right? Yeah. It's okay. Talk to your friend. And look, you're talking to me already. 1066. You can talk to me. No? Okay. No, it's okay. No, so the story was, it was history of England, yeah? So, I'll tell you now. So, there was William the Duke of Normandy. He was in France, and he crossed the English Channel to the UK, to England. He fought in a battle, he won, and he became the King of England. That's the story. Yeah?
No, no, no. I can send you a video. Yeah? I'll send you a video.
一个口单词，他们的语言是一样的，只有这种然后呢，过去呢，这边是没有那个是乌克兰的没有这个很好的这个语言，他们那个时候就是什么，就动物叫动物语言，但是吃的是另外一个名字，就像我们说的那个 easy 吃的那么它的名词呢叫靠，它有两个名字，一个是吃的名字，一个是原来的名字，就像你这样子你现在有一个名字，但是你还有一个小名都是是这样的。然后就是说他们的语言，英国的很多的语言都是从法国那边来的，它大概有很多单词都是从法国来的，只是读的方法有点不一样，很多都他就说法国是从这个下面，然后到伦敦，然后上面呢，你看伦敦有一个那个地方不是苏格兰，是爱尔兰，是他们的语言过来，你看爱尔兰是2个语言，爱尔兰那个语言是英国这个没人是它有点法国的语言说这个国家是这个区别。我说的他讲语言的来源为什么成了一个英国的现在是法国这个词，有些词会这样说法国爱尔兰的这个爱尔兰的这个英语跟美国是一模一样的，你去了爱尔兰以后，他们的一样的，
After, what happened? Okay guys, so that will be the end of today's lesson. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you guys learned something. And for those that didn't really get something, come to me, write down your email, and I will send you guys a video, yeah? So, thank you very much guys. It was a pleasure teaching you, and I hope to see you guys next week. Yeah? Thank you guys. Thank you.